FEMA denied Governor Josh Stein's appeal to extend complete federal reimbursement for eligible Helene Recovery expenses. Cost share at 100% expired 180 days after September 25th. The state's request to extend was denied on April 11th. The governor appealed. Tonight, News 13's Justin Berger reports on what that could mean for North Carolina taxpayers.
Governor Josh Stein says it will cost up to $2 billion to fully clean roads and waterways in western North Carolina damaged by Helene. He was hoping to have 100% federal reimbursement extended past 180 days to clear that debris. An extension would not be unprecedented. Ike, Maria, and Katrina all moved past 180 days at 100% reimbursement for cleanup costs. This letter from FEMA denies that request, calling it unwarranted. Now, the state will be responsible for 10% of the cost, while the federal government foots 90% of the bill. Stein says this could cost North Carolina taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars and limit the state's ability to fund projects like small business grants. Madison County Manager Rod Honeycutt says he is not disappointed about the appeal denial. Rather, he's frustrated that work done after the 100% reimbursement period will require new documentation. Chuck Edwards, who represents most of western North Carolina in the House, says he's, quote, pleased that President Trump has provided North Carolina with a 90% cost share, 15% above the typical federal contribution.
Chuck Edwards is right. 90% is more than typically comes. At the same time, 90% is not 100%. And this is a region that's been hit and hit hard. And so I think this is a tough one, and it really does depend on your vantage point.
Cooper says Edwards is in a tough position, an ally of President Trump, whose congressional district was hit harder by Helene than any other in the country.
He wants to get as much money as he can into western North Carolina, so it's hard to know exactly what he should do. He's unlikely to lose a primary, certainly. Even the general election looks pretty good for him, but it's about more than just elections. It's also about public policy.
Edwards' statement further praises Trump, saying he has delivered, quote, a more nimble and responsive FEMA. Just a few weeks ago, FEMA's acting administrator, Cameron Hamilton, was replaced by David Richardson, the assistant secretary for countering weapons of mass destruction.
I think losing top administration is not what I would generally call more effective and more nimble.
The governor maintains Helene caused $60 billion in damage. He is asking Congress for $19 billion in disaster relief, and just last week submitted a nearly $900 million proposal to the North Carolina General Assembly to help rebuild in the mountains. Days later, the State House sent a bill to the Senate that spends only $464 million. Justin Berger, News 13.